Michael had some flowers. He sold two-thirds of them at 90 cents each and the rest at 50 cents each. Fran sold the same number of flowers at 80 cents each, collecting a total of $7.20. And we're asked, how much did Michael collect? Okay, let's see how we might go about this. So, right, we've got Michael had some flowers and he sold two-thirds of them at 90 cents each and the rest at 50 cents each. We can start here if we like. We can just draw a model of this. So we're going to do something. This is what Michael sold, and it has divided what Michael sold into thirds. So I'm going to draw these three equal parts. I draw it this way just because it's easier. You could also just drawing thirds is easy. Draw a big bar and divide into thirds. That's fine. But this represents all of what Michael sold. And it says that he sold two-thirds. Okay, two-thirds. Okay, he sold at 90 cents. And you could think of this as 90p. All right, 90p. And we could think of these as pounds if that's what you prefer. That just works the same as dollars and cents. So he sold two-thirds of them at 90 cents each and the rest at 50 cents each. Okay, so now let's be sure of what this represents a quantity of flowers. All right, and this is what they were sold at. This is not the value of this. Okay, maybe I should make that clear. Sold at 90 cents. And maybe I should put this as well, each. Okay, you have to be clear in your mind what that means. Okay, now we're talking about Fran. Fran sold the same number of flowers. So she has the same number of flowers as Michael. And she sold hers at 80 cents each, and all of them sold at 80 cents each. And in total, she got $7.20. All right. Now, hopefully, you might be able to see. Well, let's see. So imagine we had a bar for Fran, and this is Fran's bar. Actually, what I should do is make Fran's, let's say, the same size as Michael's. Okay. So we have Fran's bar, and we know that she collected $7.20 altogether. All right. We don't know the quantity of flowers that were here, but we know that each of them sold for 80 cents. All right. So each sold for 80 cents. So hopefully you can see. So however she got this $7.20 was 80 cents plus 80 cents plus 80 cents plus 80 cents plus 80 cents and so on. Okay. So something multiplied by 80 cents, because repeated addition is multiplication, something multiplied by 80 cents gave us 720 cents, because this is $7.20, that's 720 cents. So hopefully you can see that if we divide 720, because that's 720 cents, if we divide that by 80, we are going to get the number of flowers, right? The number of times that we got 80 cents. Okay. Now, what is this? Now, I'm hoping also that you recognize that we have 72 times 10 divided by 8 times 10. All right. So 720 divided by 80 is actually the same value as 72 divided by 8. Okay, because both of these are, in effect, being multiplied by 10. So if you know your 8 times table and you recognize these numbers, you'll be able to do it really easily. And the answer is 9. Okay. Um, if you're not sure why this works, you need to do a bit of experimenting. Okay. And play around with some multiplications and some divisions where you start off, for example, with 3 times 5, um, and then you do 30 times 5 or 30 times 50, and then you also do some divisions like that as well. And if we just want to check it, so we know that 72 divided by 8 is 9, but let's check with Alexa. What does she think? Alexa, what's 720 divided by 80?
720 divided by 80 is 9.
See? Okay, so and can you see how this could make your maths, your calculations a lot easier if you recognize these relationships? So that's really important. Okay, so right, back to what we're trying to work out here. So that was the amount of money earned by Fran, okay, divided by the amount she sold each of the flowers by, gives us what? Well, it gives us the number of flowers. So there were 9 flowers. Okay, this is how many flowers were sold at 80 cents each. Okay, remember this bar here represents the number of flowers. Okay, this whole thing, and maybe again, number of flowers. And we now know that this whole bar represents 9 flowers. And the 9 flowers has been split into thirds. So what's 9 divided by 3? Well, of course, that's 3. Okay. And that means we've got a value for each of these. Okay. So this represents 3 flowers, 3 flowers, 3 flowers. Okay. And we're asked, how much did Michael collect? Well, how many flowers did he sell for 90 cents? Well, that's 6 flowers. All right, because 3 plus 3 plus 3 equals 6. And then we've got 6 times 90. Okay, what is 6 times 90? Well, that's going to be 540. And what's that? 540 what? 540 cents. Okay, because that was 90 cents. Okay. And he sold 3 at 50 cents. So 3 at 50 cents, which gives us 150 cents. And then we need to add the two together. Okay, so 540 cents plus 150 cents gives us 690 cents altogether. We wouldn't give an answer like this in pence. We don't give answers like this in cents. So that is a total of $6.90. Okay, so that's our final answer. Now, if you looked at the answer book, all right, the solutions, they didn't draw a model for this part, but you can see how this made it really easy. They just sort of skipped the model and looked at how you might calculate this. So we had, after you'd found out how many flowers there were, so instead of drawing a model, they just said, okay, well, 2/3 of the flowers were sold at 90 cents. What is 2/3 of 9? Okay, and they did this, didn't they? They did 2/3. And when we will often say, we will say 2/3 of 9. What does that mean as a calculation? That means 2/3 times 9. Okay. And you may have learnt to do this in different ways. I usually think it's easier just to think of 9 as is that fraction. Okay. And you know, then how to do that. What's 2 times 9? That's 18, and 3 times 1 is 3. So you've got 18/3. Well, that's an improper fraction. How do we change that? How many 3's fit into 18? And that actually gives us a total of 6. Okay, so you could have done it that way. There's various ways that you might be have been told to do 2/3 of 9 or 2/3 times 9. But you can see that we could just do it like that as well.